Hey guys, guess what time it is today? That's right, fork rebuild time. So what I've done is I watched another video on YouTube, and what this guy did is he took a piece of 1.5 inch T PVC. That's what this is, it's called a T. But anyhow, so what you do is you just take a hacksaw and cut it in half right there and use it as a fork seal driver, so you don't have to go out and spend 40 bucks on a fork seal driver. And I got 2 quarts of Motul 5-weight fork oil, but I think I gave 50 bucks for this kit. So my brother's bike, on the other hand, he had his forks start leaking really bad probably last summer, and these are Showa forks, and they're completely different. I mean, you really couldn't rebuild them by yourself at home unless you had all the special tools and parts and stuff like that. But he spent almost 250 bucks rebuilding those forks. And me and my brother actually just last week completely rebuilt this bike, and it's got brand new brakes, chain sprocket, plastics, obviously forks have been rebuilt, new tires, you know, obviously brand new top end, standard bore Wiseco piston, and just everything all around is in, I mean, it's basically a new bike. But anyhow, back to my bike. So let's go over to the truck and show you what's going on here. There's my brother's 2011 F250 6.7. It's tuned and deleted, obviously, because nobody wants a truck with DEF. This is a 2004 Chevrolet Silverado Duramax. It's an LOY, just 5-inch straight pipe from the turbo back and cold air intake. So anyway, here's my bike, and you know, it isn't perfect, but I gave $1,300 for this bike, and I'd say that's a pretty good deal. But when I got it, it had brand new plastics, brand new front and rear tire, brand new grips and everything. So, but the only problem that I've ever had out of it now is these forks have just been leaking since the day I got them. I don't know if you can see all that there, but you can tell they're leaking pretty daggone bad. Worst case I've ever seen, that's for sure. But and I gotta eventually replace this seal, this gasket inside the exhaust there for the expansion chamber. But this bike has probably got less than 200 hours on it. But it's stock top end. Stock, I mean, there's nothing done to it. Stock jetting, everything is completely stock, and it's been well maintained. I don't like to clean an air filter more than twice, because what happens is where they're glued together, they start to break, and they just don't make a good seal anymore. But I always replace the air filter after the second time I clean it. But obviously you can tell, brand new brakes. I just put those on earlier today, and I did do the front and put it back together, even though I'm gonna have to take all that stuff apart to do the forks today. But I'm gonna try to make a series if I can for the forks. But anyhow, that's all we've got for today. Bye bye, thanks.